Hey everybody! It's Ursa time. Ursa time. It's voting time. You got to vote for the furry stuff for 2020 because you got to vote for the Ursa stuff for 2020. So how do you do that? We're going to go over that really quick today, and hopefully I go through it without making any errors and not revealing any information like a landmine. Hopefully we record this and don't have to edit it too much to hide personal info. But here we go anyway. So let's get started. First thing you got to do is you got to find that website for the Ursa majors at the link in the description below. So that'll bring you to this website, the main index page. Now on the main index page, you're going to see a thing that says click here to log in. So you click that. So in order to get voting, you have to enter a key. But in order to get a key, you're going to have to put in your email address. Now, one of the big things I've got to note here is I'm going to change this back to me while I put in my email address and do this next part. Because even clicking on that caused my email address to pop up. And then I had to restart the video because I'm like, oh, you're an idiot. Stop it. All right, so you put your email address in that little thing and then you click the send key button. And then it'll basically refresh the page and it goes, your login key has been sent to your email address here, and you should receive it in a few minutes. If not, click on your junk folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to refresh this page, and I'm not going to share the key with you, obviously, because, and hopefully it doesn't put the key on the page, because then I can't really show you anything else. But basically at this point, I'm going to go to my email, and then I'm going to get the key, and it's going to have an email from thing called your Ursa Major login key. I'm not going to show you that because it's my email. And then it says, please use the following URL to log in and vote on the site, and then you click on that link. Very easy peasy, very lemon squeezy. And then basically at the very top part, it has your personal details. I'm not showing that right now because obviously I want to make sure that's off the screen before we do that. So I'm going to put my real name, oh no, into there. Say email, real name, and you'll have to put in your country. So if you're not from America, you're going to have to put in your non-United States country or whatever. I'm going to tap real slow. And now the web page that I'm on, we're going to show you what it looks like because my personal information is no longer up. Now from now on, I'm in the danger zone. I have no idea when it's going to show personal information, so I'm going to have to go do jump cuts maybe. So just as a warning, if I do a jump cut, forgive me. I'm trying to keep personal information out of it. Keep my identity secret. Because everyone loves a good mystery. Anyways. Let me try this again because it didn't work. Do it live. All right. So you'll get a form that looks like this. So the form says basically that there are 5 nominees per category, except where there is a tie. Then there might be 6 or 7, or basically if there was tie for 5th place. If there's too many ties, I guess there's 4 that says. So basically you click on a nominee for further details. Nominees are in alphabetical order. So basically you have the opportunity of putting in these things. So this is a sort of weighted voting system. So if you've ever been to my voting things where we vote for the furry game that we play, it's similar to that. The one that gets the most points at the end wins. I did like Sonic. It wasn't the best. I think Wolfwalkers was probably the best. Oops, wait, this other way. You vote number 1 for the one you want the most points to go to. So it's kind of the opposite. So you vote like this, you get the gold medal, you get the silver medal. And I hadn't watched the other 3, so It's fine to leave things like this, basically. So basically you select 1 for your first place choice, 2 for your second, 3rd for your third. It's not necessary to choose all 3 places, so in this case I'm just choosing 2. It is not necessary to vote on all categories, and just leave all nominees as it's none if you wish to abstain from a category, and you may add or change your votes anytime until the end. So basically I can re-put in the key that I got and update my votes and resubmit the form. Apparently, I've never had to do that before, but that's there, I guess, as an option. So, like for instance, I'm going to so dramatic short work has to do with things like that. Mystery Skulls, The Enemy of the Future, Burrow. I have not seen any of these, so I'm going to skip. Dramatic short series, Agretzko. Season 3 was pretty good. I liked it. Beastars, the U.S. release, Brand New Animal, Hell of a Boss, and Kippo and the Age of Wonder Beasts. I haven't seen the last one. I've seen the first 3 or 4. And of those 4, I've got to say Agretzko. I liked Agretzko's 3rd season. I did a review on it for Flera. I did like the I liked the ocean ending. Like that was like, it hit really close to home, and I think a lot of people in the fandom can understand the dangers of like kind of celebrity thing, and I think it hit really close to home for me there. If they do it, I hope they don't do a 4th season. I heard they were supposed to do a 4th season, but the 3rd season ended, like, I think on the right note. So if they do a 4th season, I think it's going to overstay its welcome, but because it was a good 3-act structure, and I don't know what they're going to do with it. As far as between Beastars and Brand New Animal, I think Beastars was that, and that was Brand New Animal. Not only people talked about Brand New Animal, I did like some of the social political commentary, like the bird guys were like, we wanted to be treated like with human laws or whatever, but then we learned that we couldn't fly to wherever we wanted. Basically, we were restricted, so like flying, you had like this, had to have like some sort of passport thing, and I'd be like, ooh, that's a good point. It's like you want human rights, but what does that take away from you? I like that. I other than that though, not very memorable. Like it went very Akira near the end there with all the monster like animals transforming into monsters things. I kind of understand what it's kind of trying to indicate, but it's a little too on the Akira side for me. Beastars obviously needs no introduction. A lot of furries know it. It's good. It's good. I like Agretzko better though as a theme. Like, just my preference. It'll be interesting to see which one wins that one. Novel. So we have novels, which I haven't read any of them. By the way, if it's tearing your hair out that I'm not, like, I only have so much time in the day, and I've got the channel, and I got Flare, and I got these. So basically, like a normal adult, you can't do everything. So you have to choose to do certain things. Right now, the thing I'm reading, and the most important thing I have to read from cover to cover, is my book about journalistic ethics. So that's the thing I'm reading. I'm reading nonfiction, and that's my category. So when I get to that category, it'll be good. So I'm going to have to skip novel, skip short fiction. If you enjoy these categories, go ahead and comment in the description below. And also, please write reviews for Flavor.com or any furry news site or congregate site. In fact, if you really, really, really like novels, please make a furry readers guild, because I think conversations around furry books is what's needed. We have a writers guild, and furries love their creators, but furries need to get their consumers on board and stuff like that. All right, so other related work, don't know any of them. So nonfiction. So this is supposed to be my pride and joy. The Last BronyCon, A Fandom Autopsy, Fandom, A Furry Documentary, Furries Among Us 3, From Paw to Print Essays about Writing in the Furry Fandom. Interestingly, even though nonfiction is my bag, I've really only seen about 2 or 3 of these. But I do know this took a lot of effort. And I kind of feel bad. And here's one thing I will say about Ash Coyote's work is she released another one called Hero before the end of the year, like in December. My advice to her in the future is try to plan one big project every year and release it at some point in the year. Not only does this allow you to pace yourself, but it also makes it so that you're not competing against yourself in the Ursas or any other kind of awards. Like, because usually yearly award ceremonies have these things where you're having these issues and stuff like that. So you don't want to compete against yourself, especially on something that takes as much effort as that furry fandom documentary would. So that's just my advice. I would have released it in January and then kind of was like, okay, I'm going to have another big project for 2022. I mean, even like with things that take this much effort, having two major things. And by the way, also, Ash was saying something along the lines, like, Miss Coyote was saying some things along the lines of, like, she really would like to see her content on Netflix or something. The issue with that you have to understand is obviously she probably already knows about this, but I'm just going to say it aloud because I'm thinking aloud. When you put stuff on YouTube, you are basically giving your content out there for mostly anyone to consume. Usually Netflix and other streaming services like exclusive content. Like content that you make it and you give it to them and anyone with their platform gets to watch it, but they can't watch it anywhere else. Mostly because they want to bring subscribers in, because they want to have unique content that they can't find anywhere else. So it's one of those things where furries want to get their works out there so that everyone can enjoy them, and that's great. But if you are going to build something with the idea of making money off of it, or going to Netflix or going to some streaming service to get views there, you are going to have to embrace the fact that you need to negotiate with them to make the content exclusive for them and not just post it on YouTube. Just advice on that. I know a lot of furries would probably roll their eyes and call you a sellout and all that stuff, but if you want to be on Netflix and you want to, if you're like, okay, I've provided free content and that free content, has proven my chops. Now please support me by supporting my stuff on a paying service. Like, it's the decision you'd have to make on that regard. Anyways, that was a lot of talking about just that one vote. I was just kind of getting a tangential thought out of the way. Furries Among Us was always pretty good. And Paw to Print, I always like my writer guys. So I would say those are my votes there on that. Graphic story. Beastars found Orange Forge and Shine. I'm going to go boom, boom. I have not seen these three. Now, if I were doing this earlier, one of the things you can do is graphic stories are sometimes found right online. Sometimes when you click on these, you can actually consume them really quick. But of course, that means that, as soon as you would have 1 month to consume as much as possible, right? And, so it's better to kind of it's like if you've heard about it, you can give it a 1. I don't even know if I have to do 1, 2. Maybe you can do 2, 3, right? But I definitely like 8-Inch Club. I've read that whole thing, and it's great. It's got a kangaroo in it. I'm biased, okay? Don't shut up. Anyways, and obviously Beastars made Beastars. Comic strip: Carry On, Doc Rat, Free Fall, House Pets. The White Red. House Pets has kind of always ran away with this one. But I think I'm going to abstain on this one because I have not consumed it. I'm going to give Flayra a 3 because it sucks and everybody hates it and nobody would ever want to go there and do that thing. So I'm just going to leave that at a 3. Furry Writer Guild number 1, baby. Dog Patch Press I'm going to give... Actually, no, Dog Patch Press I'm going to give number 1. And this one I'm going to give number 2. Oh, Picariru's on here. Oh my god! Okay, now you're making me sweat. I have not heard of Zooscape. I didn't know you can do channels on magazines. Hey, does that mean you guys can do World in Review next year? And maybe it could be Bakari versus World in Review. How about that? What if we did that? What if we did that? That would be great. We'd have like a Rue fight, and she's like a blue and white Rue, and I'm like a red and orange Rue, and she'd be like Bakari, and I'd be like orange vanilla Coke. Okay, I'd be like the orange vanilla Coke Rue, and she'd be like the Bakari Rue, and I'd be like, we're gonna have a soda Rue fight. That'd be great. You guys should do that next year. Nominate next year. I'll remind you. Anyways, okay. Jokes aside, obviously I have a bias here, and I should just vote on that bias. I know Dog Patch. I'm not gonna give Dog Patch a vote. No, I'm not gonna be a dick. I'm gonna get Bakari's Furry Writers Guild. Damn, this is a hard one. This one's the toughest one. Because it's like I know all these, and I like all this content. As far as like content I've consumed, obviously Flare, I live there. Bakari Roo, I've definitely consumed more of their content than Dog Patch. And unfortunately, I haven't really utilized the Furries Ratings Guild. My advice here, as I kind of noted earlier, I really want there to be a Furry Readers Guild. Because I think that would encourage more people to read. And I think if people in the Writers Guild kind of made an offshoot like the Furry Readers Guild, that was just like people enjoying books, right? And reviewing the books and enjoying the things that they read. I think that would be great because not everyone who reads writes. And I know furries like to focus on creators and creation. But consumption does need to have some focus. Anyways, I can write an article about that if I wanted to, as soon as I get off my sabbatical or my sabbatical, my voluntary suspension, I guess. Published illustrations. Okay, so the cool thing about this one is that you can click and open link in new tab. I think they should all be PG. Right. So that's that artist. So this is cool because this one, even if you don't consume them, you can just go like, oh, I can. You can just basically make an assessment right here and now because there's like there, and you go here. Well, that's pretty nice. And you go this one. That is. Then that one. That one you can tell is Foxer. It's very busy. Oh, a Tailspin. Nice. I like Tailspin fanfic. Dang, these are all tough, man. So, I don't know. You guys should vote on this one. That one's very busy. He's got bones on his nose. I didn't even notice that the first time. That one's very good. As much as I like this one, that one is cute. That one's a bit too busy. I like that one. Like if I was thinking, like what one would I hang up on my wall? Like if it's like you had $1,000, you had like $100, and you had to buy one of these, right, for your wall. Which one would you do? It would be 1, 2, 3, I think. So 1, 2, 3. In my opinion. Obviously, you're going to have comments about that, I'm sure. Anyway, game. Animal Crossing's New Horizon crashed about time. Ori and the Wingless Wisps, Spiritfarer, and Them's Fighting Herds. Guess what, guys? I have not played any of those, so I can't vote on it. Even though I have a channel here. But if you want to, you could probably write those down and add them to the list. I already have Spiritfarer on the voting thing. I think Them's Fighting Herds is also on there. It actually did a full release last year. I think it's on the list, though. Animal Crossing is not on the list. That might be a good one for replacing the voting one, because that's not really, because Animal Crossing is sort of a game that doesn't really have an end. So I think that might be. But then again, every time we get to a voting session, the animals would complain. It's like, you haven't been here in months. What are you doing? So we'd have to go through that every time, which would kind of get annoying, I guess. Anyways, all right. So Furry Life Online, that's the new. They got a lot of people. Like, maybe all the young people do like that one. I did like the music on this one. Luna, I've not heard of. Stolas, I've not heard of. So Furry, I've heard of. As a writer, I'm biased. I like So Furry, then For Affinity, and then I would give third to Furry Life Online. I think that it has potential if it focuses on the music thing. It makes it the music go-to site on the fandom. If they focus on that first and get furry musicians on board, I think that they might, and then it's like, okay, we do other stuff too. It's sort of like So Furry's like, okay, we're writers, we have a lot of fiction and a lot of fiction tagging, but we have other stuff too. So I think that would be their things. I have not heard of these two sites, and I'm not going to click on them because I don't know if they're going to show what kinds of artwork they're going to show if I go there or whatnot. Costumes. This one's also cool because I think you can also do what I did with the pictures here. You can go into there and there and there and there and there. Unfortunately, my friend did not get on there, even though I told you guys to do that. I know this person was very much doing a social media campaign. I think they're probably going to win it. They did write for Flavor once about Rock Dog. And then had like a little thing with cross fiction. That one. I like the colors on that one. That one's pretty good. Like, how the heck did they do the ears? That's pretty freaking good. A little busy. Oh, is that a Khajiit? That is a Khajiit. Oh, that's a Khajiit. Oh man. I'm probably gonna get my ears boxed, but I love that one. Like that is my number one bae. So I'm definitely going with the Khajiit for one. I know, Cassie, you're gonna yell at me if you're watching this. I don't know if you will, but that one was pretty freaking good. Now between these three, that one I don't know. It's too busy. I don't like busy. I like simple things. You realize that? You notice that? It's like simple. I like things simple. I like simple things. I don't like things that are busy. I mean, this is kind of busy, but it's kind of simple. Like this is really simple and it's really nice. I like this coloration. I think that's 3. Yes, that is definitely my 3. All right, so then you submit your votes. I'm gonna move back to my main camera first, just in case it does anything weird, like go, hey, we're gonna show personal information. So let me hit submit your votes, and then it thinks for a bit, and then it goes, your details and votes have been recorded. Thank you for voting. You may go back. Please consider making a donation. And then you can click the PayPal if you want to support the operating costs. And so the screen, I can show you that, right? I could if it didn't crap out. Hold on. I have to be on the exact right tab for it to show up. Boom, that's what it shows. Ding, 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 you did it. Now you can donate if you want. So if you want to donate, you'd click there and you would donate to them. They do need operating costs, so they have things like, they have things like shipping out the awards and things like that. So anyways, that's how you do it. That's how you do it, and those are my votes for the year. If there were any vote categories that I didn't vote on that you would have voted on, then great. That means you're passionate about a category that I'm not very well. I'm surprised on how many nonfiction ones I didn't know. Usually there were articles or stuff like that. I would know basically everything in quick articles. There were actually like nonfiction books and stuff like that. I did read some of those kind of things. But interestingly, the magazine one I think was the toughest one. I think that was the one I had more personal thoughts on, and that was actually the most contentious category because you have Picari Roo and my own and Flera and I was like, oh man, that was some tough stuff. So, anyways, I think the things that would help the Ursa majors a lot too is to have active consuming of content. So, if you are a passionate person who likes any of those particular kind of categories, and I'm a human is showing when I put down my glasses because I put my gloves off to type on stuff. Anyways, if you are the kind of person that was passionate about any of those categories, then, feel free to, go to Flera.com and, start putting in articles about books that you read and reviews for those books that you read. And you can do like a plain old synopsis on who would like that, who would like that kind of book, and and then go into kind of spoiler analysis territory on what you felt about it and what you did. Because I like those kind of reviews. I like the kind of reviews that, start off with a very general, is this a good book? Was it well written? What do you think the quality of it was? Do you think it's worth people's time to read? And then if it brought stuff to your mind, then to kind of go into that stuff in a kind of a spoiler territory. So that people who read the book can start engaging in a conversation with somebody who also read the book, kind of a thing like that. That's why I think there should be a furry readers guild to help stir conversations on furry literature, or even on things like that. And I know there's fan websites for those kind of things, but there are certainly fans of things, but and fan discussion is kind of what drives people to consume content more, I think. And sometimes I as far as someone who doesn't pursue fan groups, I don't feel like I engage in those kind of discussions as much as I used to. So I think that having those kind of things would definitely be beneficial. So anyways, go ahead and go to the thing on the description below if you want to start voting. So thank you very much. What were your votes for this year? What were your things? How adamantly did you disagree with some of the things I voted on? I'm sure Cassie's not going to let me hear the end of voting for the Khajiit over her. I'm sure she will be very, very sassy about that. Sorry, but it's like the Khajiit, you spent coin, and I would buy things from that Khajiit. I would buy the wares from that Khajiit because that Khajiit has got quality, man. That Khajiit's quality. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you again next week for the next topic. So see you then.